Good morning, student. Today we are going to learn a wonderful chapter of 10th standard, and that is metals and non-metals. Dear students, in previous year also you have learned about the metals and non-metals. Actually, let's recollect what you have understood. For differentiate between the metals and non-metals. All of you know that here so many things are there. You can see this is the wire, it is made of iron. This is the trophy whose sheet is made up of the iron. This is the liquid. And wonderful, I want to show you the pen. It is also made of iron. All these things you can understand. This is the metal. This is also metal. This sheet is also metal. But tell me, what about this pencil lead and this bromine? This is the solid form. Yes, it is solid form, but it is made up of carbon. Pencil lead is a solid form, but it is made up of carbon, and therefore it is non-metal. Therefore it is non. And bromine is a liquid, but it is also considered as a non-metal. Same way, just give wonderful example. Just now corona is going on. We all are concentrating on our nose and how much breath we are taking in 1 minute. But what exactly we are taking in? Oxygen. You are right, oxygen. That oxygen also non-metal. Means we can understand here by this example, most of the metals are solid in their state. Most of the metals are solids, but there are exceptionals also. Same way, most of the non-metals are liquids and gaseous form, and some are in solid also. Just now I have given one example, carbon. So some are in solid form also, that you can understand. Clear? Now what are the exceptional cases are here? What you have to remember? Have you seen the thermometer? Yes, you are right. To measure the temperature. In that there is a mercury. That mercury is actually a metal, but in the form of liquid. In the form of liquid. So here in the state, what you have to understand? Most of the metals are in solid forms, but mercury which is used in thermometer are exceptional. Same way, most of the non-metal, here I am writing non-metals are liquid, gases and solid also. Is it clear to all of you what are the states of that? Now very easily we have to move towards another properties. But when we go ahead, you have to understand two things. We need to understand the two types of properties of metals and non-metals, and that is physical properties and chemical properties. Yes. What are the physical properties? As and when we see, and whatever comes catch by our eyes, that is known as physical properties. Yes. How they looks, how they behave. Yes, you are right. Absolutely. Whether they are shine or not. What are their boiling point? How they react with the electricity and heat. These all the things come as their physical properties. And chemical properties, in next video we are going to learn that chemical property means how they are react with other chemicals, or other chemical properties are what? That is known as the chemical property. Today we are going to learn only the chemical properties only. In next video, but in this video we are going to learn about their physical properties only. Physical properties only. As I mentioned, what are the physical properties? Take just now here. Now What are the lustrous forms? Lustrous form. What is it? It's very easy, whether it is sign or not. You all can see in this, very easily understand this metal signs. But what about this bromine? It's not signs. As I told you, this is also non-metals, lead. Have you seen in pencil whenever you sharpen any lead signs gives the brightness? No, never gives. And therefore we can tell in lustrous metal signs are signs. They have a brightness, but non-metals does not have this thing. Is it clear to all of you? Okay? Understand? State and how they use. Now the most important thing. Just think about one thing. I have iron wire. Same way, it can understand if I take you another example. It is a wire. Same way, means if I stretch it, I hammer it or pressurize it, can it convert into a wire? Yes, this is wire. So we can convert the metal into the wire form by giving the pressure and heat. Have you seen so many rings are coming in wires form, so many small wires are attached in. So metals can be stretched with pressure into wire form, and that property is known as a ductile. That property is known as ductile or ductility of metals. Ductility of a metals. But same way, think about the graphite lead. Can you stretch? No. Same way, this bromine, just now we have taken an example of oxygen. These all are the non-metals. Can we make it wire form? Have you seen the oxygen wire? Have you seen the bromine wire? Have you seen the sulfur wire? Is it not possible? And therefore, we can tell they are the brittle. They are not ductile. So, non-metal metals have a property of ductility. Metals have property, but non-metal does not have this property. Does not have this ductility property. Is it clear? Is it clear? Now, the most important thing. This sheet are you able to see in another form. It is one sheet. Same way, the metals converted in another sheet and another shape. Sheet and shape. So, any substance which can be converted into sheet, even a thin sheet, that property. Again, I repeat, my dear student, understand. Very thin sheet, the substance which has a property in which they can convert into very thin sheet. That property is known as a malleable. That substance is known as a malleable substance, and you all can understand and see that metals are malleable, but we cannot make a sheet of oxygen or any gas. We cannot make a sheet of bromine. We cannot make a sheet of sulfur or any other non-metals. Means you can understand metals are malleable, and non-metals are non-malleable. They are non-malleable. You all can understand easily. Clear? Is it clear? Malleable sheet. Understand the word sheet, that is malleable or malleability. Wire, that is ductility. Is it clear? Clear? Sheet, wire. Sheet, wire. Okay. So metals and are malleable also, and they have ductility properties too. And in both, non-metals are fair. Now the most important thing, whether the heat, about the heat. Just see, here there is a rod I have taken, and with wax attached a small pin. There is a, you can see, there is a rod with wax I have attached a pin. Now I am giving the heat to it. What happened? Just see. Here on the corner I am giving the heat. You can see here the corner, but just now the pin has fell down. It means that heat which we have given here in the corner, here we have given in the corner, that passes up to this wax, means this rod which is made up of iron, it has passed the heat from one point to another point. Means the metals are good conductors. Metals are good conductors of heat. Metals are good conductor of heat. Good conductors of heat. Is it clear? Same way, if I pass this thing into pure water, is it possible? It is not possible, and therefore we can tell they are non-metals are bad conductor of heat. Is it clear, all of you? Clear? Metals are good conductor of heat. Just now we have seen at one corner we have given heat, so wax has melted. Immediately that pin has fell down, means metal is a good conductor of heat and non-metal is a bad conductor. Is it clear? Same way, is it very clear? Are you able to see this tube light? Tube light? How the electricity comes here? You are right. From the small wire inside that plastic coated, whether it is a copper or whether it is iron. So the electricity pass through it easily. Means they are the metal, copper, iron. They are the good conductors of electricity. They are the good conductors of electricity. So again, this also electricity also metals are good conductor. Good conductor. But same way, non-metal does not propagate, does not pass, does not allow to pass electricity to them, and therefore they are bad conductor. But here the one particular word I have that we all have to understand, and that is non-metals. Non-metals are bad conductor, but they have a one word which I am writing here. Non-metals are insulators. 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 So I think now you understand this thing. Now the one thing only you have to understand. Just now, if I want to convert this rod, this whole rod into melting point, or I want to just melt it, I have to give heat, and that is known as a melting point. All of you know melting point and boiling point. Clear? So same way, if I want to give the heat and I want to boil this water form or a liquid form for your understanding, so you can understand which need the more heat, which need more temperature. Yes, you are right. Have you seen that if at our house, if we boil the water immediately within a few minutes it can be boiled, but for this, if we want to melt it takes more time. So metal has a need more temperature for heat, for boiling point and melting point. Both are metals having higher, and therefore boiling point of metal, even melting point also. Boiling point and melting point of metal is higher than non-metal. Is it clear, all of you? Is it clear to all of you? Now, these all are the properties in a physical form of non-metal and metal. Quickly repeat it. What is most of the physical properties of metals and non-metal? Understand very clearly. First of all, most of the non-metal are in solid form, but the exceptional is mercury. Non-metals in liquid, gas and solid liquid like bromine, gas is oxygen, nitrogen, in solid form carbon. Lustrous metals, signs, non-metals, most probably not signs. Boiling point and melting point. Metal needs more heat, and therefore melting and boiling point of metal is higher than the non-metal. Same way, we can make the sheet. Clear this thing. Sheet, very thin sheet, by giving the pressure and heat. And metal can be converted into sheet. Therefore, they are malleable. Metals are malleable. This property we cannot apply in non-metal, and therefore they are non-malleable. Same way, ductility, we cannot convert non-metal into this type of wire, and which is known as a brittle also, because they break, and therefore non-metal does not have a ductility. They are brittle. Same way, conductor of heat. Just now we have seen metal is a good conductor of heat and non-metal is not good conductor of heat, as well as the electricity just now we have seen. But one point you have to understand, non-metal is bad conductor, yes, of electricity, but one word is there, that is insulator. I think for this physical property this is enough. In next video, chemical properties, if anything in this physical property we will see. Students, write these points in the form of classification and send on the WhatsApp.